Good afternoon. We are Moni+Yessi, and we will tell you a little bit about the National Museum of San Carlos and its important neoclassical influence in Mexico.
As we know, it is an art museum located in the Tabacalera neighborhood, near the historic center of Mexico City, and its roots come from the art galleries of La Antigua Academia de San Carlos, founded by Carlos III in New Spain.
The museum was built in 1798 to 1805 by the architect Manuel Tolsa, a very prestigious person. It was ordered to be built by María Josefa Rodríguez de Pinillos y Gómez de Barcea, second Marchioness of Selva Nevada, in order to hand it over to her son José Gutiérrez de Rivero y Pinillos y Gómez, accompanied by the noble title of Count of Buenavista.
If we talk about the interior of the museum, we can find it has 6 permanent exhibition rooms, and the museum is also the owner of one of the most important collections of Western art from the 16th to 20th centuries in Latin America. Their belongings were enriched through acquisitions, direct commissions from Spanish painters, donations, as well as part of the paintings expropriated from suppressed commons in the 19th century.
But it is not just a museum, as it keeps a great tradition in Mexico. Besides that, it has a program of educational services, among which the attendant dedicates to children and young people to stand up. Very soon, in an annex building, they will establish a free service art library.
And now, a fun fact. The enclosure had several uses. It was used as a cigar factory, offices of the National Lottery, and headquarters of the National Preparatory No. 4 of the UNAM until in 1966 it was ceded to the IMVA and inaugurated as a Museum of San Carlos in 1968 and as a Museum National in 1994 by presidential decree.
If we talk about space, you can see that it is a relatively small building for a museum, defined by a central patio that connects all of the areas in it in a central space. The main facade and the structural elements are gray and don't have a lot of pigment or color. But what really accentuates it is the orange wall surrounding it. Also, the space is structured in a radial wall, so that the user can make a tour in an easier way and have a more pleasant experience.
The structure of the building is based on columns, which give an interesting interior view as their capital is decorated, but in a very subtle manner. Also, at the same time, they function as support for the whole structure since it supports the exterior corridors, generating spaces with greater ventilation and connected to each other. Also, you have to watch this view.
Now, we will tell you about the shape of the museum. It is developed with straight figures in which independent proportion rectangles predominate, but together it makes a game with the figures. Also, we can observe how horizontally predominates on the museum facade.
We can observe the sobriety of the figures and they focus on simple elements such as the museum structure, window frames, and triangles. And wooden shapes are observed on the pediments as decoration.
Thank you so much for discovering with us the elements and the history of the National Museum of San Carlos. We hope you have an unforgettable experience, and finally, we want to end up with a fun fact for you.
Did you know that important figures in the history of Mexico slept in the museum or all residents, such as Antonio López de Santa Anna, José María Romero de Terreros, and the General José Rincón Gallardo, among other families who enjoy the gardens of the house that include as much as which is now the site of the Plaza de la República. Thank you.